Welcome back to Sir Ela Philosophy, Episode 7, Part 2, Section 3, Thought Existence. Let's get started. Paragraph 10. Thought existence minus physical existence, sensory existence, and reactive existence leaves our ideas. Thought existence procures our sensory existence and transforms that experience into ideas. It uses the physical interplay of the experience from our physical world, which gives us our pure-thesis ideas in sliver and master form, and immerses them into our previous experiences. By our ability to retrieve previous experiences and hold them as ideas, thought existence has the capability to animate and hold in consciousness previous experiences in idea form. By our ability to mingle sliver ideas with other sliver ideas, thought existence has the capability to animate and hold in consciousness ideas that no longer align with any original experience in physical existence. Paragraph 11. We can create ideas in thought existence from any sensory existence form of input. Our ideas can arrive from auditory, visual, feel, taste, and smell. All these origins from sensory input can be part of the full idea. An experience of the fruit orange, for example, can result in the idea of an orange. That idea contains visual components such as roundness, color, the visual word orange, and more. It contains auditory components such as the auditory word orange. It may contain the feel of texture and the smell of the fruit. Paragraph 12. Ideas are many sliver ideas collected together to make a master idea. When we have the idea of the fruit orange, it holds many sliver ideas that converge to make the master idea of the fruit. We have the sliver idea of round, which we experience by our seeing the orange. We also have our experiences through life to round objects. Because of this, we can acquire and understand the idea of orange easier. The sliver idea of color, too, comes from our current experience of it and our having experienced this color previously during our lives. This adds to our ability to obtain easily the experience of an orange and remembering it. Our abilities to remember an orange and the accuracy to remembering it depends on how well we pull these sliver ideas together. If we have previous experiences in the sliver components of the object, we remember easier. This may be why we can experience a new object, be it an orange or something else, and remember it while we may have initial difficulty in remembering the name. The name would be a new and without any sliver idea history, at least no history in its total context. Paragraph 13. Embedded in the idea of ideas, we have two characteristics that need to be determined. Anytime we have two people talking about an idea, we need to assure that each person holds the same idea in their thought existence. Anytime we state an idea, we have a response of sliver ideas that pull together to make the master ideas. How well we pull our sliver ideas together across people reflects its characteristics. We can have, with a collection of sliver ideas to a master idea, a bandwidth. The bandwidth of any master idea may be very small to very large. Paragraph 14. One end of this continuum we term narrowband ideas. When we have two or more people bring up an idea and their sliver idea components to the master idea, which are nearly or purely similar, we have the characteristics of a narrow band idea. We can use our idea of the fruit orange. By our common thesis experience of this fruit, the idea of an orange, when conversed between people, would be identical or nearly identical. Any variations we would have would be in relation to the experience of each person. If we had people that only saw and knew small oranges, they would think oranges as small. If we had people that only saw and knew large oranges, they would think oranges as large. If we had people that saw and knew various sizes of oranges, they would have this characteristic added to their master idea. Paragraph 15. The other end of this continuum we term broadband ideas. When we have two or more people bring up an idea and their sliver idea components vary such that each one elicits a different master idea, or each one can elicit several potential master ideas to the same idea, we have the characteristics of a broadband idea. When we have an idea that can elicit several different master ideas even to the same individual, we need to take the time to define our master ideas to assure that each person in discussion is indeed discussing the same idea. When we state an idea that people ought to treat people well, most of us would agree. Nevertheless, which sliver ideas we pull together to the idea that we should treat people well would vary significantly. Some people may bring up the idea of treating people politely. Other people may bring up the idea of health and education for all people. Some people may only include people that are similar to them, and not to all other people across our species. Paragraph 16. Since this is a continuum, we have different levels between narrowband and broadband ideas. Our narrowband and broadband ideas are not distinct categories. The level or number of different potential master ideas across people can vary. If we only refer to orange without the idea of fruit, we can have the master idea of a fruit or simply the color. Our most important understanding to narrowband and broadband ideas is that we must align our idea between us to engage in useful discourse. Paragraph 17. Our physical world exists in parallel. Our experience of physical events is serial in nature, as it is the movement through time. Nevertheless, our physical existence moving through time is parallel to our existence and our experience of existence. Since sensory existence inputs our ideas, which operates in parallel, we understand our ideas during thought in parallel, as we can pull the sliver ideas together to our original experience and to the master idea in its original parallel nature. Paragraph 18. Our master ideas are the parallel experience of sliver ideas. The interaction between our physical world and our sensory existence involves the parallel connections of sensory input to our physical world. This parallel input of sensory existence results in sliver ideas that gives us master ideas. When we experience them in our thoughts, they are the parallel reconstruction of sensory experience to our physical world. Our discussion in this paragraph so far concerns the narrowband idea of pure-thesis ideas. If we animate the idea of ideas in the broadband, we can bring in interactions that involve our human mind only. When we break the relationship of the sensory experience back to our physical world, we partake in a different narrowband idea of ideas. When our break from physical existence is a complete break, we are dealing with the narrowband idea of pure manufactured ideas. Manufactured ideas are the parallel experience of sliver ideas. We can animate master ideas in our mind without any statement to their connection or lack of connection back to physical existence. Paragraph 19. Our articulation of master ideas under language, written or spoken, cannot be a parallel presentation of the idea. It is impossible, because of the physical restraints to our human structure, to articulate a master idea in parallel to others. Our own mental construction restricts the transfer of our internal parallel understandings in an outward serial form. Our written and spoken language is for most part a serial output of our internal parallel understandings of our master ideas. Paragraph 20. We can convey in some forms of communications our master and sliver ideas in parallel. Our visual representation of art, posters, and more could portray some master or sliver ideas in parallel. Our movies could convey some master or sliver ideas in parallel. Even these forms of communications we end with people using language for discussion. Because we have this aspect to our prime form of communication, which is verbal and written language, serial communications dominates human communications. Paragraph 21. Our serial communications has advantages and disadvantages. An advantage of serial communication is that we begin to lay out our sliver ideas one by one. This is our method to assure we are thinking the same master idea. It is a way to verify with others that our collection of sliver ideas indeed aligns with the master ideas each person holds. The disadvantage is that it requires us to take time and to give a dedication to the verification. As our complexity of ideas grow, so does our time and dedication. Paragraph 22. We can retrieve our sliver ideas and rearrange them into new forms of master ideas. When we engage in mental animation of ideas, we bring up a collection of sliver ideas to master ideas. We can also rearrange, add, or subtract sliver ideas to create new master ideas. Because we can reconstruct sliver ideas into new forms, we can change the relationship between physical existence and the master idea. Paragraph 23. We can animate our reconstructed bundle of sliver ideas to a master idea that no longer matches with physical existence. When we have a pure-thesis idea, we can match the set of sliver ideas back to the physical world. However, when we construct a new set of sliver ideas, we can break the connections back to our physical world in its set. The word set here refers to the collection of sliver ideas. We can have sliver ideas, owing to previous animations, that have attached a set of sliver ideas that does not have any connection to the physical world. Therefore, any set of sliver ideas we may have created to a master idea may have a combination of sliver ideas that relate individually back to physical existence, and yet, in the combination bundle is a manufactured idea with no connections back to physical existence. Under this understanding, we now see why we begin to create different classifications of ideas. Paragraph 24. Our pure manufactured ideas break completely away from our physical world. When we pull together a collection of sliver ideas to a master idea, and that master idea does not have a physical counterpart in its complete form, the master idea becomes a manufactured idea. When we have an arrangement of sliver ideas that does not have any probability to exist in our physical world, it is a pure manufactured idea. When we rearrange our sliver ideas to make an orange purple and to have flashing green lights, we have no connection to physical existence with the set of sliver ideas. Someone could make a representative model, but it is then only a physical representation of a pure manufactured idea. The original source of the idea of reality does not follow our attaching the sliver ideas of reality to this purple-orange. If genetically we were to create a purple-orange with flashing green lights, then we could attach the sliver idea of reality to it when this entity comes into physical existence. Nevertheless, we cannot attach the sliver idea of reality to any human-created reality in thought existence that we may or could bring into existence by human manipulation until we had brought that idea into physical existence. Paragraph 25. Our different classifications of ideas are in relation to the interaction of physical existence. As we go through life, and as our species evolve, our relational exchange between the physical world and us may change as it changes and as we understand it more. Therefore, Sir philosophy cannot and does not start as a statement of completion. Sir philosophy is a dynamic system of thought that requires us to be in a state of constant evaluation with our physical existence and the maintenance of that relationship between our ideas in our thought existence and with our physical reality. This is how we build our understanding of reality and truth around us. Paragraph 26. When we match a collection of sliver ideas to physical existence that brings a syllogism or a categorical preposition, we then can arrive to a conclusive thesis idea. When we pool and rearrange our sliver ideas together, we can often develop ideas that bring an understanding of our physical world in its more complex form. The original intent of rational thought, I contend, was to monitor the rearrangement of our sliver ideas relationally to physical existence. I point to natural law in general as evidence of this position. Ideas of how our universe works, how we came into existence by evolution over time, and many other ideas requires matching the collection of sliver ideas that brings us to a one conclusion idea. If we want rational thought with accountability, all ideas underneath our complex master ideas must contain evaluations to physical existence. In our science, we create experiments to experience our physical world in a form of actions to pure-thesis ideas. When we maintain our required connections to the physical, we can construct ideas deemed as having a reality. When we as a group collect evaluations to a certain idea, we can pull together ideas deemed as pure or near pure and come to a conclusive determination. This conclusive determination is solely for whether we can assign the sliver idea of reality. We call these ideas conclusive thesis ideas, as we can support them by their connections to the physical world. When we allow the sliver idea of reality to attach to an idea, it must be with physically based (thesis-based) justifications. Paragraph 27. When we have theorized, manufactured ideas, we do not have a complete match to our physical world. Because we can rearrange many sliver ideas as well as pulling together other ideas in a master idea form, we can create many complex ideas. How well they all connect or stay connected to the physical world determines position. When we have ideas where we cannot demonstrate the needed connections or can only provide some connections to our physical existence, we end with ideas that have uncertainty to their full relation to physical existence. We could have ideas that have incomplete connections to our physical existence. Our incomplete connections may vary from a few to many. Further, our complex ideas could have several ideas behind it. Each submaster idea to the complex idea has its relational position to physical existence. When we have uncertainty whether the idea connects or does not connect to our physical existence, different potential realities may exist. Under these conditions, we must categorize them as theorized manufactured ideas. Therefore, a theorized manufactured idea is different to the pure manufactured idea, as it has some form of connection to physical existence, even if it's weak. Paragraph 28. Our theorized manufactured ideas can have a large probability range. Our number of physically related connections to an idea may vary greatly from many to perhaps only one. Across all possibilities, we can determine our probability by the nature of the connections to physical existence or the lack of connections to physical existence. We can have the idea that aliens from other worlds live with us and claim we have a connection to physical existence. Because we exist, we have developed travel into space, and with the size of our universe, the idea that intelligent beings outside our Earth exist has a fair probability. However, our original idea that they are here lacks physical connections to the realities that we experience. We have no connections to the physical existence that supports this idea. Our physical existence demonstrates that the existence of other beings in the universe does have a probability, as we have come to existence. Our probability level to this last theorized manufactured idea is good. The idea that other beings engage in space travel and they have frequented our planet does not align to physical existence as it has been presenting itself. Our probability level to this theorized manufactured idea is very low, if not even zero. We have a good argument to place this idea into our pure manufactured idea category because the claims provided are through human accounts under written or spoken language. Diagram 1A, 1B, and 2 provides us a visual account of idea categorization. Paragraph 29. Our idea of reality is an idea as well. Reality is a sliver idea. We acquire this idea from our experience of it. Nevertheless, our philosophical and religious idea of reality is too broadband. We have two realities. One reality is the reality of physical existence. The other reality is our experiential existence. These two realities are not the same. The reality of physical existence is stable and infinite to our experience. The reality of experiential existence is simply sensory input of physical existence, reactive coloring of emotion, as well as arrangement and rearrangement of acquired sliver and master idea events in action. Experiential existence is unstable and finite to our experience. When we, as Sir philosophers, speak of the sliver idea of reality, it is always in relation to physical existence. Paragraph 30. When we have arguments that reality may not exist or we cannot prove reality, this argument ignores our experience of physical existence. Our experience of interactions outside of our mental experience is our reality. The idea that a tree we see may not really exist ignores our interactive aspects to this reality. Ideas of a pure reality are attempts to identify reality with our senses removed. Whether reality exists in some other form outside of our capacity to experience does not change the requirement of our interaction with it. We have a result in our experiential existence derived from physical existence to which we must learn our interaction and relationship to this ongoing result between physical existence and experiential existence. Paragraph 31. Our sliver idea of reality can inappropriately move in our mental animation. The idea of reality is an idea itself. It is one idea that we can move as a sliver idea and to which we can attach or not attach to any master idea. Our ability to apply probabilities to any theorized manufactured ideas is a measurement against the idea of reality. Our idea of reality is in relation to the physical world, and the physical world is the source to which we measure our truth. To maintain our understanding and relationship to reality and truth, we must measure our ideas against this physical world. Paragraph 32. Our sliver idea of reality is not limited to science, but to all ideas. When we measure our ideas against our reality, we should not limit it to science, but apply it to all ideas that we have. Our physical existence is our source of structure to understanding the truth to all things. It provides us information beyond how this physical material operates. It provides us information about us physically. It is our physical construction that we learn how to conduct ourselves. This means we can and need to measure our ideas against the physical world. We can know the accuracy of any idea in its set of sliver ideas in how it relates back to our physical world. Our science ought not to simply be the study of cause and effect. Our scientific ideas have circular philosophy built into it, as they connect back to the physical. Without this, we could not engage in our science of cause and effect experimentation with any accountability. Circular philosophy moves beyond this cause and effect of science. This means we maintain accountability with physical existence to our ideas that do not involve cause and effect. Paragraph 33. Our ideas of morality involve our behavioral conduct with one another. Because our behavioral conduct involves mental animation of thought existence and not our physical existence, our ideas to morality connect not to the movement of physical material that we find in the study of science, but to the result of our physical existence to the construction of the human being in all life forms. We do not have physical existence in the cause and effect under these ideas. Rather, we have thought existence in the cause and effect. Our thought existence involves our acquisition of life experiences and the development and implementation of a reality or false reality-based thought system that develops comparative equations to behavior. The physical existence of non-life operates under cause and effect. The physical existence of human life operates within our thought existence. Because of this, we have to change our cause and effect idea to our life existence and comparative equations. Under circular philosophy, our life existence is relational to physical existence, and our comparative equations derive from physical existence. Paragraph 34. Our ideas of morality must measure against our reality. Because our ideas of reality are ideas, and all sliver ideas arrive from physical existence, we can measure our ideas of morality against our physical existence. We can determine our moral code of conduct between people and our planet Earth by the examination of the physical connections between the physical world and us. When we examine the physical connections between people, we can determine our moral code of conduct between ourselves. Paragraph 35. Our ideas of morality between people and our planet we measure against physical existence. We can determine our moral code of conduct that is between our planet and ourselves. We do so by maintaining the balance to the physical material that maintains the livability of our planet Earth to our species. When we act morally and maintain the balance of our Earth as required by physical existence, we maintain a moral relationship between our Earth and ourselves. When we break this moral relationship, it affects all human beings and all animal species. We can only maintain this moral relationship when we are able to transfer our physical realities to our human experiential existence. When we move ourselves from the non-realized capability to actually having conscious understanding, we personally and socially reach our highest potential. Our moral relationship to our earth comes from our obligations to one another under thesis morality. Thesis morality is morality that connects to our physical world. Paragraph 36. We measure our ideas of morality between people and our physical world. We determine our moral code of conduct by our human physical structure. Physical existence has given us our human physical structure. How we determine our moral code of conduct, our behavioral obligations between us, is by assessing the physical makeup of human beings. Paragraph 37. Our moral expression as determined by our physical existence has two expressions. All human morality has physical connections. When we have ideas that have physical connections, we call them thesis ideas. Therefore, thesis morality is morality that connects to our physical world. Although we have one physical existence, our human structure has two expressions. We will see in the episode titled Morality Connected to Physical Existence that our thesis morality results from two different characteristics in the physical structure of human beings. This ends Episode 7, Part 2. If you have subscribed, thank you. If you have not, please do. And remember to lovingly hit that like.